guys, this is Maria. Welcome back to my channel. So in the last month, I got interested in some tropical plants, and you know that I'm a succulent collector. So now I have few plants that are giving me a lot of joy and that are not succulents and require a little bit different care. So I wanted to give you an update today how they're doing, and I also wanted to share some tips, things that I have already learned from the problems that I had with Monstera Adansonii I got about 3 weeks ago. So we're gonna go 2 weeks back in time, and I'm gonna show you what happened, and then I'll show you around my hoyas and a few other new additions. So here is my new Monstera Adansonii. It has been only a week since I got it, and when it arrived, if you watch my video, there was a lot of leaves that had brown. So and even the new growth had got brown. So somebody told me to check for the root rot. My mom said the same thing. In the same time, this side that's healthier did grow a new leaf. They're all pretty fragile and wrinkly, like very soft, very weird. Like they have no life in them, except, like I said, this branch has a little bit firmer leaf and healthier leaves. So when I was planting it, I found some branches that didn't have roots. I thought maybe they were just rooting them, maybe they had root rot. So I think I'm gonna just pull it out of the soil completely, check the roots, and in a worst case scenario, if it's not recovering, I think I'm gonna take cuttings and root it in water. Take this out first. So whoever gave me the tip was right. I think this plant, when I bought it, had a root rot. That's what it is. Because this barely has, I don't know if you can see, barely has any roots. So I'm gonna just cut off these. This is dead black. I'm gonna just have to, wow, yeah, they must have taken cuttings and then I would assume they had cuttings and then placed them in soil. This plant didn't establish well. Look at this, guys. This is just a cutting that has a rotten stem. No, it's all soft. No roots at all. I'm gonna place it in a smaller pot because I don't want to risk a root rot. I think it's gonna be all right facing east, but all of these, I'm gonna do surgery on the parts that are rotten, and then I'm gonna place them in the water. So here are my cuttings that are in the water that I've been rooting. Most of them didn't make it. So when I brought this plant, and this is a tip that I want to share, a lot of nodes had just dried up black aerial roots, and that was a sign that something was wrong. And also the new growth, like the leaves that were coming out, they were black too. So all of those cuttings that I took that didn't have any nodes with a healthy little roots, they're all rotten in the water. There is few that didn't, even though they don't have roots yet, like this one here. But since I put it in water, it started growing new leaf. So I am hoping, and it does have this node here, seems healthier. So I'm hoping it's gonna root. As you can see, I have, I think, few branches like that. So we'll see what happens with them. The only Monstera Adansonii branch that did have some roots and looked healthier, and it grew new leaves, new leaf actually, one leaf. That one is also not doing great. I really don't know what's going on with it. It's just like really like wilting. So this whole plant I really didn't have good luck with. From the same seller I got this mini Monstera, and that one has been really loving being here facing east, and it kept growing new leaves. So I think I got every week about 2 new leaves. This is new, and these are all new here. This one, and this is the first leaf that got all these three holes, which I really love. So I think that this one is doing well. It had only bruisings when I got it on a lot of leaves, but all the new leaves are very healthy. So I think that this one just was very, very sick plant. So when the new Monstera Adansonii popped up on a marketplace, I decided to buy it. And look at this monster, guys. It's huge. I'm actually really need to move it because I'm afraid Kira may munch on it. So it has like so many branches that are long. It's going to be like perfect for, you know, putting some moss pillar that it can climb to. And it has been growing new leaves. There is a few more that are just in the last 7 days. I got it 7 days ago, have been opening, and this one as well. So when I got it, it was really dry, and I watered it well a week ago, so I think I'm going to do that. It looks like it maybe needs a new pot that's a little bit root bound. It has a lot of branches, like I said, more than one plant. There is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that there is like 5 or 6 plants in there. Look at how big it is. Beautiful. So I'm really excited to do propagation of this one. So here are some of my new additions from about a month ago. One of them is this adorable peperonia that has grown so many new leaves. So it was kind of hanging with just a few leaves, and it just grew some more new ones, actually quite fast. I love how actually these two tropical plants are matching, because this one has like a darker red on the back side of the leaves, bottom side of the leaves, and then it's green on top, and it's the same with this one. This one grew so many new leaves, and I have learned a few things about this one. So every night when I go to bed, it would like straighten up leaves, and I thought, oh, is it missing something, water or light? But it's just a thing that they do. Also, these swirls, those are all new leaves. It's been growing about 2 new leaves every week. So as you can see, it added quite a bit of new leaves since I got it. So pretty. And I love how they look together. Then also here I have this beautiful hoya that hasn't really grown much in this year. Actually, all my hoyas I think have been struggling, and it does have some spots here and there. But I don't think it has passed it this time. And then I quickly wanted to show you my Hoya carnosa that's blooming right now in January. Look at how beautiful the blooms are. So this is one of the branches, and the other branch here has blooms as well. This plant was burned so much when I was moving. These are signs of burn. And here is even worse one. I didn't have time, and I burned quite a bit of plants this year. I burned koyas, I burned my ficus really severely, and I burned one of the trays of echeverias when I moved. I just put them on the porch, and it was just too much for them. But I think that this one, it will grow. You know, it blooms every year, a few times a year, and then, you know, I am thinking that it's going to start to grow new branches. So I'm excited to see what happens this year. My variegated Hoya Hindu rope has been in a terrible shape in the last 6 months. I burned it. Also, it had repeated attacks of mealybugs, and you know, it's really hard to get rid of mealybugs on a Hindu rope because they get in between the leaves. So you have to really be on top of it by, you know, treating it every week and cleaning it up. So I think it's finally better. I isolated it, and it's facing south all by itself. So I think it's starting to get better as I don't see mealybugs, and I'm hoping I'm going to see some growth from this plant this year. I almost forgot to show you this cute little peperonia. It's called Chinese money plant, I think. And when I got it, I think it was about a year ago, Alyssa gave it to me. It was smaller than this one separate plant that's growing here. It was quite small, had a few leaves, maybe looks kind of like this, kind of like that starter plant. So this is all growth. In the beginning, I really didn't like this plant, and I kept it because I care for I care for the person that gifted to me. But over time, I really started to enjoy it. I think it's really cute. I did recently have a few yellowish leaves, so I don't know if what's not working for it. Is it like overwatered or too dry, or it had too much light? I don't know. I'm not quite sure. So I'll have to watch it. But I probably also need to separate some of these babies that can grow on its own. Thank you guys for watching. So hope you enjoyed it. I can't wait to propagate Monstera Adansonii. I'm gonna probably make a separate video about it. So see you soon in the next video.